I have an exciting blog growth case study for you today. You may know me from Inspire to Thrive, but I do have a few other blogs. And one that I started back in 2022 was a rural blog since we moved to rural Maine. That's why I'm still in a sweatshirt, it's still snowing here in April. And so I started this blog kind of as fun. And at the time, my husband was working a lot of hours. I thought, oh, this will give me something to do with all the great photos and videos I've been taking of our rural area. And then we've been on some road trips and abroad to rural areas. And I have a ton of footage of that as well. So I began the journey of starting this blog back in 2022. It was late 2022. I never really thought too much about growing it because it was sort of my little project that I could learn from. The things that I learned from there, I could apply to my other blogs and really use them. And then for clients, if all these tests came, to fruition. So what I found really exciting about this rural blog recently, well, let me go back. 2022, started the blog, didn't want my face in it, didn't want to have I don't think I even had my name. I don't think I had I didn't have an author or it was just Lisa. It wasn't my last name, etc. I did not use any social media. Two reasons. I didn't want to spend the time managing, because you know how much time it is to manage social media. And I wanted to just keep it to see if I could grow it through SEO only. So I went on for several years and I was ranking on page one for some keywords. And I had at the beginning a Substack that was starting to grow. But then, of course, Substack shut me down, said I was spammy. So I lost the Substack connection. But I continued to blog. I really enjoyed it. It was sometimes I'd only do it once a month. I wasn't, as active maybe on my regular blog. And then something happened late last year, beginning of this year. I really started thinking about it. How can I grow this for when I plan to retire, right? Sometimes you want to think about those things. And I was working with Grok AI, just asking it questions, what would you do with this blog to grow? Which social networks, etc. And not only did I get some answers, but then I also did some research afterwards to see if this AI info was true. And I decided to launch a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel was amazing how many views I got right off the bat, especially with YouTube Shorts. But I had some really nice videos. I had my husband and I riding in a 4x4 going through mud because we have mud season up here, which we're supposed to be in. We do have some mud, but we still got the snow. And that video did really well. And then, of course, I had some videos of moose, but the earlier videos of moose didn't come out well because it was an old phone. But my new phone, I had a really nice video of a moose, though it wasn't very long. And recently I added a post and a video about my husband's own invention with a side-by-side that he turned into a lawnmower, something you may want to check out. It's really cool. So that's some of the things I've been doing. So after the YouTube grow, I started thinking a little more. Maybe I should add myself as an author bio, really get the branding out there because that's what SEO and AI overviews, right? You have to get your branding. But I wanted to still kind of separate myself, my photo. So I used an AI version of myself. And I put myself in the bio. I optimized the bio. I did the same in the about section. I really tailored everything very personal. And then I want to show you something what happened not too long right after that, which really got me excited, as you'll be able to see. Look at the domain. I went up 30 points. I had a domain ranking of 2 till recently, 32. That to me was amazing. Just by doing those few couple of things, I was able to get that domain up. And then I've been dealing with a company that I do sponsorships on my other blogs, been doing that probably a decade now. And they had a very lowball price for me back in December. So I said, no, I'm not going to do it. Then I started thinking, maybe I'll send them an email and include this other blog. Sure enough, They said, yes, we will do that for that blog. So I found that exciting. Then I realized I really got to be transparent about having any affiliates, sponsorships, and using AI, right? That's part of that whole branding, the trust, the credibility. So I began doing that. And I've got something else to show you there as well. And as you can see, the search traffic really went up, as well as some clicks. And again, for this little blog, this was, just a short period of time, the 28 days there, as you can see. So I was really getting excited about this and really spending a little more time optimizing some of the older posts, doing some FAQs. And of course, it doesn't stop there, right? Because you have other blogs. So you start thinking, I really got to do this with my other blogs. Add all those trust signals, the branding into every post you do. Now, if you've been a reader of Inspire to Thrive, I've got over 800 posts. That's going to take a long time. But as I update them all, I'm adding some disclosures where appropriate. If there was AI used, if there's been sponsorships, or if I have affiliate. Usually on affiliate, I kind of make that clear because it's products I usually use. So that's inside the blog post, but still I'm trying to be more transparent, as you will see in latest and upcoming blog posts. So why am I sharing this with you? I thought if you hadn't been using these trust signals for your own blog, your own website, it's really something you got to take a look at. Having all those trust signals in your posts, on your pages, products, anything that you have on the site. Another area I have is some free tools. And so that's something new that I've started with pages. And I'm trying to do, again, the same there. A lot of these tools have been um, from the right blogger, phenomenal AI blogging system. And they have some free tools that you can actually use and tailor to your own website. Another tool I used on my third blog, Small Biz Tipster, is a mission statement, and that I did with AI. That was not done through the right blogger. That I had done through AI because it was a different setup. So I'm starting to think about the rural area life and what kind of tools I can add there. So I find that exciting. And again, I love doing a lot of testing. So then I have a client that I manage their blog. I can do the same tactics, the same trust signals, the same disclosures, etc. So if you're looking to grow your blog, ask yourselves those questions. Are you branding, not just on your homepage, but each blog post? On every page of your website, are you doing the branding? Are you giving trust signals on all your pages? And one thing I know that a lot of bloggers don't do, and I'm really keen on, is internal linking. I do use a tool, which I'm an affiliate for, Link Whisper. Not only does it link the internal links, but it finds broken links, and you can edit them very quickly with the tool rather than going in manually. There's even a way, it took me a long time to figure this out, but it was showing the URL was not, the link wasn't shown in the URL. And it was coding. There was some extra coding I had in headers. So once I cleared those, now I have absolutely no broken links. And it's an easy tool. And if you've been blogging a while, you may not be using just, you may be only using one word as a keyword, or an anchor text rather, for your internal link. You should really use 2, 3, 4. And so Link Whisper lets you know how many you have in each one. So you can go through your low ones and try to up them if it's applicable. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Always think as the reader what you would want to see that would make you click on a link to go somewhere else. So those are my tips for some blog growth. And I hope to have some more results for you in the coming months as I continue testing on this rural blog of mine that's been a lot of fun working, and every time I learn something, I do like to share it with my readers so that you can grow your blog as well. Thanks for watching. This has been Lisa with Inspire to Thrive. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and have a great day.